Maybe I wasn't that good at arithmetic. Because when I sit down and I try to do the math, it just don't add up. I mean, 1 minute everything is going okay. Now I wasn't living life lavishly. Yeah, I had the rest of my record. And a baby on the way. I was doing better, moving up, gradually. So when you had your head on straight, shouldn't that equal positive mathematically? So when you add innocence to this equation, how does that equal tragedy? Must have been some things, and I missed them.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's the X factor. We call it the criminal justice system. Just look at it. 3 black young adults walking down the street late at night to the bus stop. Since when is that a crime? Well,
when you at the wrong place at the right time, or when you put a black face in front of a white man.
Hey, Mr. Officer.
Did you ever think
that when you pulled up in front of us, if we were guilty, why didn't we run? And when you pulled out your loaded gun, why did we look so surprised? And when you violently searched all 3 of us, you didn't find one or find the money that them white folks said we robbed from them and split. And did you ever think
maybe they're innocent?
They said the robbers had on dark clothes. We obviously have on our brights. Plus, how far can a pregnant robber get?
How does this add up to anyone? Because it sure as hell don't add up to me. White folks.
Did you ever think?
Hey, maybe these are not the people who robbed me. And that was 2 who robbed us. Why do I see 3? And
did you ever think?
Maybe we shouldn't be so prejudiced. Because not everyone is bad from their race.
Did you ever think?
Maybe we should go to the station, honey. See them in the light.
Just to get a good look at their faces. Because
maybe they're innocent.
Maybe we should do his right. Maybe we should re-listen to their side of the story because we could ruin that baby's life.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hey, Mrs. Judge.
Why does it seem like against my race, you hold a deep grudge?
Why doesn't it feel like our time is important to you? And when you're ready, you'll give us time for speaking out.
Did you ever think
that our lives are bleeding? With every minute that passes, our
hope is leaking out? I mean, did you ever think
maybe they're innocent and they're keeping us jailed while you make your decision on whether we're guilty or not is
a guilty decision?
Hope is leaking out. Hope is leaking out.
Hey, Mr. Correctional Facility Guard.
Did you ever think
that you doing your job is just compensation for you not having a heart?
Is everyone a Tin Man in this damn Wizard of Oz?
Or the Cowardly Lion?
Or the Scarecrow without a brain?
Did any one of you ever think of that?
Young pregnant woman's pain.
No. About the dream that turned nightmare.
No.
For that baby boy.
No.
Or that baby girl.
No. Did you ever think
that they got incarcerated?
No.
Before they stepped foot into this world?
Did you ever think
about the hell that went on in her head?
No.
Ever since that night in her cell bed, when she looked down and saw blood between her legs, only to find
her baby was dead.
Never thought that'd keep us all this time. I told her in a while that her, the baby, and I would soon be all back at home.
Never thought the system could be this racist or evil. Did you?
I can't help but to wonder what other people they would do this to.
What can be done?
What can we do?
Are you lame? Why don't you move?
Your plot is never happily ever after. Are you setting yourself up to lose?
It's because of welfare, isn't it?
Didn't you get enough change when you got a black president?
Why don't you snitch?
Does that weed put you in a real earth state?
Why is your property down with it?
If I even spotted a crack in my sidewalk.
My neighborhood wouldn't even put up with it.
Speaking of residents,
Doesn't it start with the family at home?
Why are all the fathers gone?
It's not our job to bring unity. Why should we be responsible for the problems in your community?
Are you lame? Are you lame?
You mean just give up and let you win? Society set up for us to be in this predicament so the story never really ends. Give up my home and leave my family. I can't leave them stuck in that animal's humanity, slavery, Jim Crow, projects lined up like ducks in a row. And you think we're setting ourselves up to lose? How about you take your foot out your mouth and you stick them in the right shoes?
It's because of the welfare, isn't it?
did you get enough change when you got a black president?
Did you? You voted for your black president too. Don't you know when the economy catches a cold, our jobs catch the flu? And who is the welfare there for? Let's talk about what those policies really do. Take a look at it. Historically, it's a bit different than you. Last hired, first fired. Our hoods don't have your strip malls or your big box stores. Your freeways gave you leeway to build your suburbs an economic core and keep our children from knocking at your low-skilled labor door.
Why don't you snitch?
Does that weed put you in a real earth state?
Why is your property down with it?
If I even spotted a crack in my sidewalk,
My neighborhood wouldn't even put up with it.
On what street? Wall Street? You put up billions for them. Paid for all that powder cocaine and $10,000 whores. And why was it that none of them were victims of your drug wars? Guess that powder doesn't get you as high as our crack. Just like the shit doesn't stink that comes out your...
You tell me, what got this economy more out of whack? Is it your bank selling pensions or our boys selling sacks?
why don't we snitch? Now exactly what would that do? Why don't you snitch on the rich who let the drugs through? I guess that's just a little too much work to do. So I guess that's the answer I give to you too.
Doesn't start with the family at home.
You seem to like looking through our dirty laundry just fine. I tell you what, you show me yours and I'll show you mine. Ours aren't at home because they're doing time.
That means
prison. Our fathers are in prison. For doing the same things your sons doing while they partying at Princeton. Why don't we snitch?
You tell me.
Guess that powder doesn't get you as high as our
Why
crack.
don't you snitch on the rich?
Just your bank selling pensions or our boys selling sacks.
We were innocent. Her baby was innocent.
This one is dedicated to my father, who delegated and regulated tasks for me to push harder. Told me that I live out the script of my life and let God be the author. I was 6 then, living on the sunny side of Chicago. We had a talk at the sunrise on Lake Michigan. As I reminisced, it was warm that morning. I wish I was a kid again, was playing on the car stereo. He told me to take the chance to miss, even if you have a slim chance to hit. Who cares if you're aiming at something the size of a Cheerio? And I was brought up a little less fortunate. He made me work hard for everything I ever wanted. I always had dreams of being at the top of the Fortune 500 or Forbes list. And just then the wind blew. A lucid young man I began to grow into. I elevated past my class. I graduated #1 of the top 2. 3 times the man because I worked my plan before high school was through. And the world wasn't ready for this or that. The fact that a statistic will be oblivious to me. I changed my community, a whole different scenery. Cleaner streets, parks, even a black-owned grocery. And kids, they can play outside past the street lights. That's less for moms to worry. 1 week we had no kids getting buried, cause I used what my dad said in a hurry. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you want to go far. And now I'm a success story.
Her baby was innocent.
They say the good die young.
But what if we never even made it through the pregnancy?
We never got the chance to see his dreams come true.
Because I suffered the death penalty.
Yeah. This goes out to everybody who dedicated to this music thing. I'm glad to hear that the industry is losing its money. Then maybe the vultures and the bloodsuckers will get out of it and let the artists live. We're not here for money, we're here for life. And see, I'm surrounded by hate. See them whip crackers hate on my skin. My uncle hated my aunt, she hated him. My granny hated her life, I hated my pops. My cousin hated herself, my brother he hated the cops. Dysfunctional family, I had a dysfunctional life. Rhyming showed me that I'm functional when I write. So junction, what's your function? Cause hip-hop is mine and I'm here for life. Hip-hop is mine and I'm here for life. Hip-hop is mine.